Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm back. Awesome Ashby here, professional team builder, event expert, um, team building expert, event specialist, this or that, tomato, tomato. And this video is on affirmations. And so, if you could figure out how to dig up some old videos of me from 3 years ago, I used to read affirmations and they weren't super big hits. So, basically, I'm going to talk about how they work instead and then let you decide, because I am a big fan, but we're all different and we all sort of approach things differently. And so I want to tell you why maybe your affirmations are not working. Maybe someone told you about affirmations at some point in your existence and you were like, yeah, I'll try that, and then it didn't really work out. Totally understandable. And it makes perfect sense. And it's kind of like anything else in life. If you don't believe it, it doesn't work out. So, like, for instance, it's not an affirmation is not a sentence you just say out loud. Like, I want all the Manolo Blahniks in the world. And you say that 10 times every day. That's great. I mean, I love shoes too. Big fan of shoes. But that's not how affirmations work, right? So it's about having the right energy and the right frequency and the right intention and really meaning what you say, believing it with your whole heart, thinking about it with your mind, and making sure that it is something that you truly feel will set you up for success. And also that affirmation needs to be about you, right? Specifically about you. This whole channel is about you. What do I mean by that? I mean that you are the beginning of everything that happens in your life. You are the apex. You're the center. You're the number one. And I truly believe that everything is connected, right? So we could talk about personal growth. We could talk about being a better human. We could talk about team building. We could talk about working together. We can talk about all that stuff. But it's all sort of building blocks on top of you being right within, And I think I like to talk about it so much because not only do I have a lot of experience with it, seeing it in other people, talking to people who are nervous at singles parties, talking to people who are nervous to, be alone in a crowd or be by themselves. I used to get asked a lot when I was younger, in college and after, like, why do you like to go to the movies by yourself? And I will go to the movies with someone else. Like, I'm open to it. But I really like movies, and I don't like when people talk during the movie, which is funny because when I was 13, I got kicked out of the movies for that but that's 13. That's just what we do when we're 13. But I love movies, and I like paying attention and seeing how it all shakes out since I did go to school for that. And I didn't care. Like, I didn't think that it was any kind of thing. And I had a lot of girlfriends in that time in my life. I mean, I've had women, whether I was acquaintances or friends throughout all the decades of my life, ask me interesting questions like that I didn't really sort of wrap my head around until I did some deep diving, because I'm not perfect and I have insecurities like everybody else. But there's some I have and some I don't have. So one of the ones I guess I don't have is going places by myself, as long as I feel like it's safe. I'm not walking down a dark alley in the middle of the night. This is not a scary movie. We're not doing Scream. I love that series. I love the Scream trilogy. Don't get me started. I could do movie commentary another time. We're talking about affirmations today. Affirmations. And so why they don't work is it's not like just off the cuff statement. It has to be something that you really put some thought into. And it's hard to, I think, come up with affirmations on your own, especially if you've never done them before. It's funny, I don't use them as much now as I did when I was going through a much tougher time in my life, because that's when I really needed them. And then it's really about rewiring your brain. I mean, anything where it comes to, like, you trying to resolve something inside of yourself, it all comes to a rewiring. We can talk about framework. We're going to talk about framework at some point. The way you think is basically the way your world exists around you. Because if you didn't know, we're all living in our own reality. And you could say things like, well, the facts are, and the truth is, but I would say ask any judge in a court of law. Truth is all within us, and we all have our own truth of like how a situation went, how it went down, who said what, all of that. And so, what is that saying? I feel like I hear a lot. There's always three sides to every story: their side, your side, and the truth, right? And so, sometimes the truth is something that we maybe don't get. And so we have to come up with our own. But our own should be positive about ourselves, right? And so I feel like affirmations is really helpful in that. And I also like laughter with it. So two of my favorite brands, and no one's sponsoring me. This is on my own journey in life the last few years, many years, 2020. We're not going to do that. So I'm a big fan of Rage Creates Sweet Ass Affirmations. I highly recommend these. They have 3 editions of these. If they're watching, please send me the latest one. It's in a white box. I bought the first 2. I've bought many for friends. Yeah, share with a homie. Okay. And I really love Knock Knock. I don't think Knock Knock could send me anything I don't already have of theirs that I love. This is like the ultimate deck. I've got every one of the regular decks. I've got, they have these really cute little sparkly cards. I mean, they're just adorable. So if you need suggestions on what a good affirmation or something to make you laugh, I would start with these. But then I think we get to our own point in our life where we've reframed. And that's the thing, like, how do you know, and another video we're going to do in this series is how you talk to yourself. But right now we're just talking about affirmations, and I'm a big fan. I'd love for you to use them, whether you use somebody else's or your own. Just remember that when you're coming up with the affirmation, you're coming up with it to heal, to improve, to build, to support your journey, right? It's nothing to do with anybody else. And they're everywhere. I mean, you can ask Google, you can ask ChatGPT, you can ask it. So there's all different kinds of affirmations. I definitely would like you to write down 3 that work for you, and then you're going to say them in the morning. You're going to say them before you go to sleep, but you're going to really be there with yourself, having that moment with yourself when you're saying them. If you're just saying them while you're cleaning dishes, or you're just saying them while you're doing other tasks, it's not like that. It's not something like, you could say the affirmations while vacuuming or whatever. It's something that you have to really, it's intention. And I would say most wonderful things that happen in life are based on intention, and your intention. Like, what is your intention for this? Is it a good intention? Is it a bad intention? Is it helping? Is it hurting? So like, for instance, if you want love in your life or money in your life, or, it's not about making a wish. An affirmation is not like, I wish I had a cleaning service every month. I mean, I do wish I had a cleaning service every month. But that is not an affirmation that I say. It's more like, I used to say affirmations, and I think I just feel and believe these things now, and that's why I don't say them, because it's just a part of my energy every day. But it did take me a few years to, say these things all the time in my brain to myself in the evening, throughout the day. But just when I was alone and with myself, to really like help rewire my brain. I am worthy of the work that I want to do in this life, or I am blessed with the gifts that help me get through the day, or I am wishing for the abundance that I so rightly deserve. Whatever it is you come up with, this is your journey. This is all about you. I'm here to support you, and you know you better than anybody, right? I'm just here as your new BFF, wanting you to be the most beautiful, amazing person in the world. And so that's what I'm asking from you. I'm asking you to write down some affirmations. Make sure when you are thinking about them or writing them down, it is for you, for your greatest good, for your best intentions. And then really mean it. Really believe what you're saying. Because if you don't get to a point, you need to get to a point. We all need to get to a point where those things are natural and are a part of us. And that might be easier for some than for others. And I'm fully aware of that. So again, all my suggestions are for you. Take them if you want. Don't take them if you don't. Whatever. What are the readers that, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, I understand. But I think affirmations are great, and I also think that humor is the best gift in the universe. And so I think that's why I'm a big fan of these guys, because they make me laugh. And I think when we are going through a tough time, what's better than a little laughter, right? Okay, so you're going to say them out loud in the morning, say them out loud in the evening, and I hope they help. And that's just one step in many steps that I think are we're going to talk about and are helpful to sort of making life more fun, making it more positive, more beautiful. We got a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and I don't blame any of us for being bummed out about the news or what's happening. I'm not getting political, but I am thinking that, more positivity, more love, more grace, more understanding, more will to be there for each other, more goodwill is always better than the opposite. This isn't a time to not be the beautiful people that I know we all are and try to be there for each other. I don't know what direction this world is going in. I don't know. But I do know whichever direction it is one that I want to be a voice of love, support, and understanding for, because that's what we all deserve. That's what we all need. And I just want to lift you up. 2 snaps. 3 snaps, 4 snaps. Okay, so that's my thoughts about affirmation. Let me just look at my notes real quick to make sure there's nothing I wrote down that I wanted to tell you about. No, I told you what I love. I told you about the affirmations that, I really like. These decks. They're fantastic. You can look them up on the internet if you're interested. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you next time. Remember, you're number one, and it's all connected. It is. We are.